So we are now very late into June of 2026, and our Reds have been having a very solid season, sitting at 51-34 on their campaign so far, 7-3 in their last 10, playing very good baseball as of late. Currently sitting at 3.5 games back the Cubs in the NL Central, as well as being firmly in the second wildcard spot. Not in a big tight race like it was last season, firmly in a wildcard spot as of right now. LaMonte Wade Jr. has been a big part of success for this team this season. A .965 OPS for him at the moment with 17 home runs and 18 doubles. Unfortunately, our outfield hasn't really contributed much. Adrian Merced, Austin Hendrick, and Jay Allen have all struggled in around 150 to 200 at-bats at the major league level. And Austin Hendrick and Jay Allen are both going to be optioned down to AAA, unfortunately. And being called up from Louisville is going to be first baseman Lewis Kearns, who is OPSing .857 with 15 home runs for the Bats, while Robert Passan is being called up as well instead of Alfonso Valdez, because at the moment Valdez is struggling, and Passan is already on the 40-man roster, so it just makes it easy. So Passan's going to come up to the big leagues, wear number 17. And if you take a look at the new lineup update, Lewis Kearns is playing first base for us, while LaMonte Wade now shifts to left field because he has that capability, and Robert Passan is going to be playing center field for us, while against lefties, Yandy Diaz actually shifts to the outfield. He will play some left field. LaMonte Wade's actually gets some time in the left-handed lineup here at first base, and Rosario moves to center field. So the Redlegs hit the road here to take on an NL Central foe, the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park, while on the hill for them on the day is going to be the left-hander Anthony Solometo, recently called up from AAA Indianapolis, going to be making his 6th start for the team this season. Take a look at the Reds lineup he'll be facing on the day 1-2-9, as well as the Reds starter. It's the flame-throwing right-hander Hunter Green, making start number 18 here in 2026. We'll start things off bottom half of the first inning. It's going to be Peguero, the leadoff man, taking an 0-2 pitch off against the wall in left center field, so it's a leadoff double for the Buccos. Then it brings up Nick Gonzalez, who whiffs through the curveball for out number 2, toss over to first to secure the out. But then unfortunately, O'Neal Cruz rips one down the right field line into the corner. That's going to score Peguero from second easily. Cruz slides around the tag at second base, RBI double for him, and the Buccos strike first. But then a beautifully placed curveball from Green gets Hayes locked up. He's a pair of shoes for out number 2. Swagger then comes to the plate, pitch in the dirt, allows Cruz to move up to third base, so he's 90 feet away from scoring, but Hunter Green then blows 101 right by Swaggerty to get him for the third out of the inning. So move things on, top of the second now, ground ball from De La Cruz into the hole. Cruz cannot get him out of first base, and then with De La Cruz running on the pitch, Anderson takes the ball to right center field, up against the wall, easily scores the fleet-footed De La Cruz from first base. RBI double ties the game here for Cincinnati. Bottom of the first, it's Matt Frazier going down on the down and in changeup for out number 1. Then that would bring up Otto Lopez. He's going to whiff through the slider down and away for out number 2. And then it brings up the third batter of the inning in Josh Van Meter. 1-2 count. Goes down on the curveball. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Hunter Green. All of them on 3 different pitches. Move things on. Bottom of the 5th now. Going right back to it. Green blowing the fastball by Frazier for out number 1. Then it brings up Otto Lopez. 1-2 count. Gets him on the slider again. And we move things on to the next batter in Josh Van Meter. 1-2 counts, gets plunked up and in. So the hits batsman will take his base there for the Buccos, brings on Peralta, who grounds one softly up the middle, but it finds the outfield grass, so back-to-back base runners here for Pittsburgh. Then it would bring up Peguero, the leadoff hitter, and Green gets him the chop back right to himself, toss over to first, easy play for the final out of the inning. We move things on all the way to the top of the 8th now, where Andre Palant comes on here for the Pirates out of the bullpen, and LaMonte Wade off the bench to pinch hit here for the Reds for Taylor Walls, and works the count full, continues to be a clutch hitter for this Redlegs ball club. Right center field into the seats, a pinch hit solo shot puts the Reds on top for the first time this game. It's a 2-1 lead now. Then later in the inning, John Power Crawford makes an appearance. He's depositing one into the right field seats as well. A second solo shot in the inning here for Cincinnati makes it a 3-1 lead. Andre Pallante gives up 2 home runs in the inning. DeAndre Foster comes on in the bottom of the 8th for the Reds, and Scott Kingery comes on to play in left field defensively. So he's immediately tested here in the 8th, gives it a dive in left field, but cannot secure the catch as Peralta's going to be on first base. Then we're back to the top of the order with Peguero down an inside changeup, or splitter rather, is going to be back-to-back singles for the Pirates. Then Gonzalez lays down a bunt. Yandy Diaz now playing third base, whips it to second, but no play at first. So runners on the corners here, 1 out. And Foster works a ground ball from Cruz, 4-6-3 double play to end the inning and keep it a 3-1 game. So now we're on to the 9th. Liam Hendricks, the Australian, on to close things out here for Cincinnati. Facing Matt Frazier here with 2 outs. Spits on a borderline pitch, so he'll take his base. The tying run is now at the dish here for Otto Lopez, and he's going to rip this one into the left field corner off the wall. Ricochets right to Kingery, and Frazier's going to try to score. The relay man is De La Cruz, fires an absolute seed from the outfield grass, slaps the tag is Stevenson, and 3-1 is your final. What a way to end the game as the Reds hold on to win this one 3-1 here in Pittsburgh as they come away with the victory. Hunter Green is your player of the game. He went 6 innings, only gave up 4 hits, and struck out 10 Bucco batters. No walks and only 1 earned run for the Reds ace. Lamont Wade Jr. had the pinch hit go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. Crawford joined him with a solo shot to make it 3-1. Foster had the clutch 8th inning pitched, and then only 5 hits for the Reds on the day, but they were all very timely as they get the W here 3-1. So the Reds are now here almost to the All-Star break. They just had a big series win in San Diego over the Padres, closing the gap to them in the wild card. Just took 3 out of 4 in San Diego. And unfortunately, Taylor Walls is currently on a short IL stint with an MCL sprain. Fortunately, it's going to coincide with the All-Star break here, so he should not be out for too many games. So while he is on the IL, Trey Sweeney is actually up from AAA Louisville to play some third base for us, while De La Cruz is going to be playing some shortstop. Sweeney finally making his debut here at 25 years old, and he will be wearing number 27 at the big league level. So the Reds back home here in Cincinnati, playing host to the Philadelphia Phillies at Great American Ballpark, while on the slab for the Phillies on the day is going to be one of their newest pitchers, Dylan Cease, making his 20th start for his new ball club. And then take a look at the Reds lineup on the day, listed 1-2-9, as well as the Reds starter, big lefty Stuart Bradshaw, making his 19th start for his team. So top half of the first inning, Alec Bohm, ground ball out to Crawford at second base. It's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. So a scoreless frame worked by Bradshaw. Move things on bottom of the second here. Wade spits on ball 4. He'll take a leadoff walk in the second inning. Then it brings up Lewis Kearns. He's going to hit one into center field, so a base knock there. It's first and second here for the Redlegs. Brings up Tyler Stevenson. The 1-2 pitch gets past catcher Murphy and allows both runners to move up in a scoring position. So then Stevenson works it back, full count. Spits on ball 4, he'll take his base. Bases are now drunk here in the second inning. Trey Sweeney still looking for his first hit, looking no more. 1 run will come in. Lewis Kearns tries to score as well. Unfortunately, he is gunned at the dish, but it is now a 1-0 Reds lead as Trey Sweeney picks up his first career major league hit. So 1-0 here, runners on the corners. Trey Sweeney, though, then goes and swipes second base to get himself into scoring position. So now runners on second and third with 2 outs. And Kingery, against his former team, grounds one past the diving glove of Alec Bohm. That's going to score another run. Sweeney holds up at third. It's now a 2-0 Cincinnati lead, and unfortunately, Crawford then grounds to Bohm at third base, and That's going to be the end of the inning, but 2 runs do come across. Top of the third now, a rip from Hoskins over the head of Lamont Wade, who gives it a dive, gets to it quickly, and then tosses it into the cutoff man, but it is going to be a double from Rhys Hoskins. And then a slow dribbler up the middle from Tom Murphy. Hoskins going to try to score, but Scott Kingery has other ideas. An absolute seed from center field. Scott Kingery punishing his former team at the dish and on defense here. What a throw, what a tag. And then Tommy Edman would then pop one up for the third out of the inning. Nothing going for the Phillies. So Kingery back at the dish here in the 5th inning. Nice snag from Bohm at third base, but then Hoskins cannot make the scoop as the Phillies cannot even be remotely normal. So Kingery on second base there to lead off the inning, then a 4-pitch walk to J.P. Crawford. So first and second here with nobody out in the inning brings up De La Cruz. He is plunked on the arm. Bases are juiced here for the Redlegs in the inning. Brings up Johnny Fagan as he would proceed to rip a ball into right field. That's going to score 1 and the second run, but unfortunately Fagan is going to be thrown out at second base, but 2 runs do come across to make it a 4-0 game, and that would end the day for Dylan Cease. Definitely not his best stuff here with the Phillies on the day. And coming out of the bullpen for them is the right-hander Rhys Kinnear, making his 27th appearance of the season. So he comes on out of the arm barn facing Lamont Wade, and he would work a loud out to center field. The throw from Vierling comes in, but it is going to be not enough to get De La Cruz, who tags up from third base to make it a 5-0 lead. We're now on to the top of the 7th, where Bradshaw's still on the hill, working it. Strikes out Gomez for out number 2, and then he also strikes out Rhys Hoskins on the curveball for out number 3. 2 Ks in the inning for Stuart Bradshaw. On for an 8th inning of work, but unfortunately, things did not start well. Gives up a single to Tom Murphy, and then it brings up Tommy Edman. Perfectly placed ground ball. De La Cruz just boots it. Everybody is safe on the error from De La Cruz. So 2 on, nobody out. Very solid outing from Bradshaw, but he is on the hook for those 2 base runners, so he's going to come out of the game here. And Chase Petty, the hard-throwing right-hander, is coming on out of the bullpen here for the 31st time this season. A little bit wild, though, as he comes on and walks the first man he faces, and Matt Vierling makes it bases drunk for the Phillies. Nobody out still. Alec Bohm. Pop-up, shallow center field. Kingery on to make the play. They do not test his arm, so 1 down, bases juiced. Harper, chopper to first. 3-6-1 double play. Petty, clutch out of the bullpen. Works the double play, gets out of it. Still a 5-0 game. Stayed on for the 9th inning as well. Works a 1-2-3 inning. And Chase Petty closes the door on the Phillies as the Reds win this one 5-0 here at home over the Philadelphia Phillies. Obviously, Stuart Bradshaw gets player of the game honors. He goes 7 innings strong, only gives up 7 hits, 8 Ks, 1 walk, and no earned runs thanks to the bullpen appearance from Chase Petty. Trey Sweeney picks up his first MLB hit, an RBI single. Scott Kingery and Lamont Wade Jr. both had RBI singles. Light hitting game from both teams. Reds get timely hitting, though, on their 6 on the day, and they come away with the victory. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Cincinnati Reds franchise here on MLB The Show 22. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I am saying, Christopher Buescher.